good 6 months to work out my balance. When I first got my fish, all I had was constant green algae filled water that you couldn't see the fish, and it wasn't very pleasant to look at. So here is my water clarity today. So I just got a bathtub, is all I have, and then I have a 200 litre or 150 litre tank on the side. Technically you should only run one goldfish per 40 litres of water for the first one, and then after that I think it's 25 litres per goldfish. So to compensate for that, I have various filtration systems. So my big EM Professional 3, which goes through your coarse mesh, then it goes through a finer gauze, and then through these series of ceramic beads and these plastic beads which just basically hang on to good bacteria and help with all your ammonia and nitrate and nitrite levels. So that one just circles through the bathtub. Then also I've got, so I think that's $600. Then I've got my $350 Grundfos submersible. So I just wanted a high flow amount of water, so that one pumps 10,000 litres per hour, although probably only does about 3,000 trying to push water through. So I have shade cloth, and as you can see it just basically takes out the leaves and bigger sediment. Then it goes through a carbon pellet bag. That's just the stuffing out of a pillowcase, because it's like $10 for a pillow and you get a year's supply of this nice super fine, I can't think of the word of it, you'll be able to tell me. And then yeah, just another carbon sheet and an ammonia sheet which I've got to replace, and then I've got a sock there just to reduce the water flow rather than it creating high water flow. So with that Grundfos, I've just got it set up with a elbow joint, so just poly pipe, glued it up, and then I jam it all down, and then I just have a pin, which is just a screw nut, which just goes through the top and then just holds everything so it doesn't get pushed out. And then I've also got on a tap fitting, so once a week I do a 50% water change just to keep my nitrate levels down. I refill that with rainwater, and then to go from the bathtub into my secondary tank is just one of these A6000 submergible pumps. So it just runs through the same thing, heavy gauze or mesh into another finer one, and then that flows through my green hoses, and then that flows down into a pot plant, which is then just filled with sand and so forth, and then that just filters down through or over the top. And then in my tank I've got all my plant life to help with the bacteria levels and oxygen levels, and then it goes through another, this one's not filtered, this is just a transfer thing, whatever it is, a WePro WH8000, and so yeah, that just transfers the water back out into that one. So that's all I do to keep my water levels filtered. So there's a bit of a process, but once you get it clear, then I add Sploshed to my water, and I also add aquarium salt to just keep the fish healthy and algae levels down. And I usually change my change my filters once a week. By leaving it go to 2 weeks, they just clog up to the point where the water flow is being restricted quite a bit. So I usually do it every week. Being come winter time, you'll see the brown algae. That's because of the shade. So in the summertime, the brown algae will then switch over to green algae. So that's all that is. But it doesn't affect anything. And so there's all my little happy fishies. And I've got various plants in here which they love. Oh, for oxygenation, so with the water that comes out of the tank, it gets sucked down, and then I've got that flowing in, which creates air bubbles. And then I've got my aerator. With this one here, as you can see, it's just below at the water level, so it also sucks in air, creating air bubbles. And then with the water that spills out over the top of that, you can see these super fine little air bubbles. So there's like heaps of oxygen that gets pumped into this tank as well. So basically that's my setup on keeping my water crystal clear. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.